It's time for more Frieren. This is season 1. I mean, it was in the first season. I don't even know why I said season. Episode 16. I mean, this show is going to have multiple seasons. I don't think that's a brave thing to say. It's going to. It's got to. It's a series that could easily go on for, you know, several seasons, and it's very popular. So it's going to have more seasons. I just know it. But we're just doing season 1, episode 16 today. What happened to the last episode? I remember it being good. Oh yeah, last episode was like the one where Fern and Shark danced together and stuff, didn't they? That was a very cute episode. I mean, we've just been cute episode after cute episode lately. But it also had the really awesome fight between the big purple plant and Frieren, and I can never remember the new guy's name. I gotta like ingrain it into my head. I feel like he's got a tricky name, and that's why it never sticks in my head. Where's my Frieren thing? Shane. It's not Shane. It's sein, but someone told me that the S names are pronounced with SH. So Shane, but that sounds like Shane, doesn't it? Let's watch some Frieren. I'm not going to spend 4 minutes talking about this person's name. Yeah, let's jump into it. Support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. That helps me out a lot, especially since I'm a small channel. Every little bit helps me out a lot. And go to my Patreon account down in the description below for full-length early access and exclusive videos. So, let's jump into this episode 16 of Frieren. Kind of looks like Rudy from... Oh, it's sein. Sein. That's how they pronounce it. I want to write that down. Oh. Okay. Interesting start. Is this the last time we're gonna hear this song? Wasn't this supposed to be the arc finale today? Rather the core finale? Long-lived friends. Are we gonna see his friend in this episode? Is that possible? He's still alive, right? A long time, not as long as elves, that's what I think. Yeah. Old Man Voll. Look how smug she is. Don't you dare. Yep. Aw, Stark helping her down. And look, they're chatting. How cute. Talking about him like he's a statue. It's like Gran Torino. Very much like Gran Torino. Poor Stark though. Why him? Oh, I guess because he's the warrior of the group. She's so cute. That sounds good. Getting trained by several dwarfs in his life. Oh my god. Well, a friend. Aww. It's nice seeing Frieren, like, she's so happy being here. Well, is Stark carrying him? Yeah. Oh my god, carrying a boulder on and him. Jeez. Poor Stark. Why is he going through so much brutality lately? He always gets the short end of the stick. The shtick. Whoa. Oh. Oh. Man, Himmel was a good guy.
わしは妻の愛した村を守っているだけだ。わしは遠い昔に交わした約束を果たしてい
He
る。
dated as a human, she died, he kept the promise all these years.
滑稽な話だろう。わしはずっと死者との約束を
No,
守ってい
Himmel
る。
will completely understand.
あなたが約束を守ってくれていることを
My god.
嬉しく思っているはずだ。
I'm just so blown away constantly by how perfect Himmel is.
お前はいい勇者だ。
そこまでしてもらう必要はないかな。僕のパーティーにはフリーレンもアイゼンもいる。ならフリーレンの役目だな。
Yeah.
じゃあ後でフリーレンに僕が編み出したイケメンポーズ集を見せてやろう。
やっぱり覚えるのやめよう。
Oh, you won't be able to forget him, Frieren.
だったかな。記憶の無駄遣い。当たり前でしょ。
声は
Very well.
思い出せない。顔も声も眼差しも。
That's very sad, but also I'm kind of like that. I forget people's faces and sound and voices and
大切な
stuff.
何かのためについに魔王を倒しに行くのか。
My man, he's dead.
魔王はもう
Did he forget or does he just not know? But you know,
どうした？
don't tell him because he's got something to fight for.
うん。
Seems like that promise is what's keeping him
悪
going.
くはないな。人生の最後にお前に会えてよかった。
Man, imagine being that old for 80 years.
妻の夢を見た。
Oh,
それじゃ
that's adorable.
そういえばそうだったね。
写真か。珍しい。
Yeah. So what? How do photos exist?
村に来た
Oh,
魔法
it's
使い
just
に撮ってもらったんだ
mages can just do it. Okay.
名前が特徴的だからな。インパクトが強い。
なん
What's
て
his
名前な
name?
んだ？
Yeah.
戦士ゴリラだ。
Gorilla Warrior.
本名は？
ちなみに俺は僧侶あごひげ。
あごひげ生える前からそう呼ばれてたの。
ゴリラ様は高台に住んでいる頑固ばあさんと仲が良かったようなので、
Stubborn old
見てみ
woman,
るといい
eh?
でしょう。
An older
おば
woman?
あさん。またすげえあだ名だ。
Maybe he'll be interested in an older
わしは
woman.
頑固者でね。
自分で頑固って言って。
Is this woman too old for you,
どうすればいい？
Sein? Probably. I think he
わ
wants
し
like
の依頼を
MILFs.
いくつかこなしてもらおう。
こんなこともされていたんですか。お使いみたいな人助けは日常茶飯事だから。
Yeah, he wouldn't ever say no to
こういうの
people.
が面倒な探し物や厄介な魔物退治に発展していくんだよね。
Oh no, it's a mimic. Don't go for it, Frieren. Oh, she's not there. Damn.
最後だ。峡谷にある英雄の像を磨
Oh, the
く。
hero statue.
はるか昔に世界を救ったとされる英雄様の石
So is it
像だ。
Frieren and her party, or
So
other people? Why couldn't I speak there? Or is it
名前
other
も
people?
わからん。
忘れられた英雄か。
ところであんた僧侶あごひげだろ。
僧侶と戦士。
Oh, okay.
なんだかザイン様とゴリラ様に似ていますね。というか戦士の方、見覚えがあるね。
Is it? Yeah. Craft. Yeah, Craft the monk.
この像は
俺たちにそっくりだろ。
Ah.
勇者ヒンメルみたいな忘れられない英雄になる。
Damn, inspired by Himmel as well.
俺も鍛えればこれくらいいくかな。戦士ゴリラ、 俺は今日からそう名乗る。
That's why he called himself that.
忘れられない英雄を目指すなら名前のインパクトは大事だ
It
ろ。
works. People remember you because of your name.
ではあなたは僧侶。
He's clean shaven. He can't grow a beard.
いいなそれ。
But because of that. makes sense.
でも名前のインパクトはバッチリだったよ。ゴリラはあんたのことよく話してたよ。
That's cute.
ゴリラの行き先分かった？
テューは
Tour.
北側諸国中部の
オイサーストとは反対方向だね。
Are they gonna have to split?
どうしたもんかね。
Oh, is he gonna leave us or is he not? I guess we'll find out. Okay, that was a nice episode. I mean, it was an episode. What was the episode called? It was something about friends, right? Long-lived friends, which relates to both of the storylines in this episode. So I think that's kind of nice and impressive. In the manga, I'm assuming this was like 2 separate chapters, you would think, right? And if that's the case, like the 2 chapters, like having that same thematic tie-in and being able to be put in the same episode and have a title that relates to both is nice, you know? But at the same time, Long-Lived Friends is also like a theme for the entire series, you know? I mean, the whole thing is about how Frieren and Himmel have this relationship that's lasting not only his entire lifetime, but past his lifetime, possibly her entire lifetime, you know? So it makes sense, but it's just interesting that it related to both of the things in this episode. So, I am liking Sein more now. I think I'm getting what's interesting and fun about him. I'm getting emotionally attached to him. And just as I do, we start to wonder if he's going to leave or not. I don't want him to leave, but at the same time, wouldn't it be kind of satisfying if he left for a bit and then he came back later in the series and we get to see him after he's, you know, gone through his journey a bit more? I don't know what would be more satisfying, you know? It wouldn't be like a incredibly frustrating moment or sad moment if he left, though, because obviously we've gotten used to Frieren, Stark, and Fern as the main trio. So, like, I definitely, when he first arrived, thought he might be a temporary character. But funnily enough, the start of this episode made me think like he actually kind of blended well with the group and maybe he would be a permanent character. But I don't know. I really don't. I liked all the Old Man Voll stuff. He seemed like a great guy, and it was very sweet watching Frieren talk to him. And Frieren, like, was talking with him with such fondness, you know? She was in such a good mood. She was excited to see him again, you could tell when she was talking about him. And then when she saw him, she talked to him the entire time. She wanted to stay here for a decade. She wanted to stay in this town for a decade and hang out with him. Which, it actually, there is like some sadness there, you know, because obviously Fern is correct in saying, Frieren, we're staying a week. She's right to do that. She's 100% right. And yet, it's still kind of sad because Frieren, we know her backstory of, like, she, you know, cared about Himmel, and then at some point was like, I'm gonna go, and I'll be back in a bunch of years. And then she just left, and then she came back and he was old and she regretted not spending more time with him, you know? So the fact that she's saying, like, I want to stay in this village for 10 years, I mean, obviously they're playing it like a joke in the episode, but there is sadness to that, because it's like, if she's saying, you know, let's stay here for a decade, it's like, I'm going to spend 10 years with this guy. Instead of just spending a week, like, seeing him and then going off on my adventure again, I'm going to savor this moment with this man and, like, actually take in his final years. But obviously, we're in the middle of something, of a massive journey. We can't take a 10-year detour to do that. It's just, it's kind of sad. It's just kind of sad. I also noticed early in the episode, Stark and Fern were a lot more chummy with each other. Like, since the dance, he helped her down from the log, and then we cut to a scene where they were in the background and they were both talking like really happily with each other. And I didn't see them bicker this entire episode either. She didn't call him a perv. Like, they didn't have any like major disagreements or call each other lazy or stupid or anything. They just kind of got along really well the entire time. So maybe we're in the golden age of Stark and Fern. Maybe they're building up to a relationship, you know? Wouldn't that be awesome? I would love that. I also, if they genuinely, like, if their bickering, like, doesn't cease, but does, like, is less of a thing, and they have more of a friendly relationship, I do think that would be pretty great character work. I don't think they would do that, because I think the comedy of that dynamic would be sort of too hard to resist for the writer. But I think the idea of, like, if they were, you know, super bickering in the first several episodes that they knew each other, and by several I mean 10 episodes or whatever that they knew each other, and then after, you know, they get to know each other more and they come to more understandings and they have nice moments together. After all of that, they warm up to each other more and they have like a healthy relationship, and I think that would be really, really nice character work, because that's kind of how like nice friendships sometimes work, and you know, you don't often see that shown off in shows like super well. I feel like I can't think of many examples of going from an adversarial relationship to a friendly relationship smoothly like that, you know? Not in a like villain turned good guy way, and not in a rival who continues to be a rival but for a good purpose, like a Bakugo type relationship, you know, but rather this type of relationship where it's like minorly bickering turning to minorly complimentary, you know? I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that they do stick with that though, but I don't know if they will. I'm not getting my hopes up that they're gonna do it. I just think it would be cool. Interesting that mages can take photos. Not much to say about that. It's just like the episode started with like, hey, let's get a photo taken, and he's like, photo, what's that, you know? But mages can just hold up their staff and take a photo of people, I guess. But yeah, anyway, it was it's also funny that his friend is called Guerrilla Warrior and he doesn't even know his real name. He just knows him as Guerrilla Warrior. So the funny thing is, we saw the flashback of them coming up with Guerrilla Warrior and they seemed to already be friends at that point. What did he call him before that? Like, or maybe it was literally that long ago that he doesn't remember really what his name is, and that, like, I wouldn't be that shocked about that, you know. I have friends who've changed their names and I barely remember what their old name is. Sometimes it takes me a while to remember it, so like I totally would kind of understand that, but it's just funny that he just straight up didn't know when he was asked what's his real name. He's like, real name, it's great. Anyway, that was episode 16, and that might have been the ending to the cour. I think they said they're taking like a week break after this, and if that's the case, I don't know what my schedule is going to look like. Maybe I'll do a movie next week. I'm not sure. We'll figure out. We'll see what I can fit into my schedule there. But thank you so much for joining me for this video. Support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.